Hello, everyone. This is Kerry Charles.
And I'm Stephen Rufner, and we're so glad you are here with us today for TME.
Yes, absolutely. Are you ready for this?
Yes, I am. Are you
Okay,
ready?
I am actually ready for this. I
I
mean,
read the notes for once.
well, good, good. That's fantastic. I mean, we don't have Chris, so we can actually have fun. No, I'm just kidding. No, we really miss Chris. Chris is actually he's having fun right now. He's having early Christmas.
Yes.
That's
After
pretty.
waking up, I think he said like 4 o'clock in the morning they had to leave for the
Yeah,
airport.
yeah.
So that's a lot, but I'm sure they're happy now.
Well, I
So
mean, you probably experienced quite a few of the 4 a.m.s recently. So,
I get woken up at 5 a.m. currently.
is it 5 a.m.? Yeah.
So he wakes up, James, our son, he wakes up at 2 o'clock in the morning and stays awake till 3. And then he'll wake up around 5 or 6 in the morning. You don't miss those days at
No,
all, do you?
no, I really don't. I mean, Rebecca did the feeding, but a lot of times, like, especially in the first month, probably about first 2 months, I would get up, change his diaper, and then she would feed him. And then I'd like try to stay awake for moral support, which did not always work. But um, whatever I did, she was happy, so that was
Okay,
good.
that's good.
Um,
Well, we're glad that you all are here as well,
yes,
and we would love for you to share TME on any of your social media. Use the hashtag TME with it, and we want to think about this. Obviously, Christmas is coming.
yeah,
Chris is already gone.
yeah.
Not Christmas, but
Chris,
Chris.
yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
But we would love to ask you guys, what are you looking forward to most about Christmas time itself?
Oh, yeah,
There's always
absolutely.
the traditions, there's the decorations. I would say for me, and even this kind of is a praise of mine, I really enjoy Christmas lights.
Christmas lights,
Be
I could see that, yes.
just in
I could
general,
see that.
everything gets so
Uh,
dark so early. And I walk out of the office and it's already like the sun is down and I'm like,
Yep,
well, I have not gotten
yeah,
any sunlight. But there's something special for me about seeing lights everywhere, and just
absolutely.
enough to get around, and to look pretty too. And
Do you
think that's
guys
something I
do you
like.
guys go light looking quite a bit, or
Not around here.
no? Yeah, I was gonna say,
Up
there
where my
is there
parents are.
there
There's
are
some
places around here, but
really
they're kinda tucked away in the woods. I'll have to tell you later.
okay. That'd be
But,
for a grade.
of course, everything around here is tucked in the woods, but, we actually so we're going light looking on Saturday, and we'll have our big family Christmas get together with my extended family, and then we will have, my mom and Rebecca and I and Silas are gonna go light looking in the Chesapeake area.
Okay,
Um,
that'll be great.
that's where we grew or where I grew up for part of my life, and there's this big house that has they're usually there's how like some areas have like competitions for
Yes.
the lights. Well, they usually get number one every year. At least they did for a long time. And I have no idea how many lights it is, but they have a ginormous front yard and they just fill it up with lights. It's awesome. There's like the whole street is full of cars that are parked and ready to go walk in
That's
there.
so cool.
You can walk down there. They usually have hot chocolate, and you can sometimes I think they even do s'mores by a fire. So I'm excited about that.
There was at the church where I grew up in Fredericksburg. We had one family. We had a couple families that were really into the Christmas lights, and one year, one of them moved into like a house that was right on Route 3 next to the church
Oh
because they
yeah.
needed a spot. But they were also really into the Christmas decorations. But they weren't like focused on like the classical Christmas light look. They had like
Yes.
everything like inflatables, and it
Yes.
looked more like there was a car crash. And I'm pretty certain
Like a
someone did have a fender bender because they were
oh
looking at the
no.
lights instead of
Oh my
driving.
goodness.
So I won't mention any names.
Extravaganza, for light looking.
Yes.
So what is your favorite or your thing that you're looking forward to most in Christmas? Right on the chat. We'd love to hear from you. I think okay, I do love lights, but I have to admit, I think the number one thing, obviously there's the spiritual, which we're gonna talk about in a few moments with Jesus. He's the number one reason for the season. But if I have to say there's one thing, probably looking forward to steak salad. That's
What?
yes, yes. So, most families have your typical turkey or your chicken or something like that,
Oh my,
or
yes.
ham for Christmas, but we have a steak salad where we have salad with we each cook our own steaks on the grill. We cut them up in little pieces, put them all over, which Mike Heath is watching this right now. Mike, you need to take note of this, okay? But you take the
I expect us at our next men's prayer breakfast
yes,
event.
yes, okay. You take the, little pieces of steak, sprinkle them or put them all over the salad, just like a regular I mean, you can get this at, Longhorn stuff, but then you put french fries, homemade french fries on top of the salad, okay? It's pretty good. Deep fried french fry or not deep fried, just regular
Just fries.
yeah, fries, and then, they're home fries, and then, you have homemade ranch, and you have all the fixings that go with it, the cheese, the, black olives, the, all sorts of different things on there, but it is so good.
That does sound amazing. Can I come over?
I mean, if you want to, as long as you bring a
I
present,
my wife won't let me, but
oh, man. You have to
we're
bring
gonna be somewhere else during this
Seth
time.
Letzring is watching. Hello, Seth. Hope you're doing well and enjoying your Christmas break, if you have a break at all. Um,
I hope you're having a break.
Yes. Anyway, so we have a few events coming up here, Stephen. Matter of fact, I think actually right around the corner we have a teen all nighter.
Yes, absolutely. There is a lot of stuff that's happening right after Christmas. It's really easy to focus on one thing, but there's a lot of stuff right on the other side of that,
Yes.
really on the edge, you could say.
On the edge. I like
Yes,
yes.
here at the Edge Christian Camp, January 2nd through 3rd, that is a Friday night into Saturday morning, we will be having a teen all nighter here on the property. What that means is, parents, you can send your campers or your teenagers off Friday evening here to the camp where we'll have loads of games and activities and snacks for them. And they will spend the whole night having fun doing those things. And in the morning, we send them back to you and they go and take a nap. And so you get your Friday all the way to Saturday afternoon free of your teenagers.
It's pretty amazing,
And teenagers,
actually.
you get a lot of fun things too.
Yes, yes. I am actually okay. Normally, we do not highlight video games around here, but we are going to have a little bit of a Mario Kart battle, I believe, with the Wii. So I'm super excited about that. Um,
Yes. We
and
will have the Wii. We'll have some card games in here if you don't like to do some of the crazy outdoor stuff
yeah,
quite yet.
I think we have bubble ball, archery, slingshot, all that kind of stuff. And then we have team competitions. We have some brand new team competitions we're going to try out. I'm really excited about that. Man, several. I feel like all of our counselors are, or a couple of our counselors, maybe they're all on break. They're bored. They don't know what to do. Actually, I talked to one of them earlier, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't know what to do." But Jordan Mills is watching. Hi, Jordan.
Hello,
My,
Jordan.
Mike Heath says he's going to see what he can do about the steak salad. I expect
Perfect.
this Sunday morning, Mike, for breakfast for church. This is what we need. Okay,
Oh, but I
you
won't be
know.
there. That's okay. I'll come
Well,
back.
you snooze, you lose. Anyway, so Teen All Nighter coming up, and then also we have Refuge Youth Revival with Kenny Baldwin and the Andrew Johnson and Jake DeAndre are going to be speaking for that event. That is January 16th and 17th, I believe. Yes, and so you don't want to miss out on that. And then we also have a mountain moving prayer advance. We're switching that from usually it's in March, Stephen, but this year it's going to be in January because we realized there was a lot of pastors and churches that had missions conferences going on in March and other things going on, spring revivals, and so this will hopefully make it a little bit easier for many of you out there that may want to come to the prayer advance and you've never been to it. We're doing a different giving it kind of a fresh look this year. We're doing something a little bit different, taking men of the Bible that like Moses, talking about Elisha. We're talking about David and Daniel, taking men in the Bible and breaking down their prayer lives, and then applying that to where how we could grow in our walk with God in our prayer lives.
Now, what age group? This is for like
Yes,
teenage
yeah,
guys to men,
yes,
correct?
very good question. So about 12, 13, we usually try to keep it around there, all the way up to the wonderful mature age of whatever. Okay, but you come on.
Yeah. This is something really to have if you're struggling with your prayer life or
Yeah.
you've I think we've all been through seasons where our prayer life just feels very dry and stale.
Yes.
This is a wonderful time to get a shot in the arm and a refreshed look at what does God want us to our prayer lives to look like.
Yeah.
And really it's not something where you have not for everybody is going to be like spending 5 hours a day. But rather to focus on the quality of what your prayer life will look like. And maybe it does mean more prayer time. but really to start with, let's look at the quality of the prayers of other people through the Bible. And
Yeah.
that's something I would really encourage you to consider coming out to.
Definitely. January 29th through the 31st. You can make it out to that. Hopefully, that'll be the beginning of the year. We got a lot going on. We have 3 different events going on in January. You can go on the Camp and see all those. And then, Stephen, I am so excited about this. Okay. I know you are
Yes.
too. Okay. So we have a brand new podcast that Chris and I told you about last week that is coming out. We actually just recorded the trailer as well as the first 2 episodes for Generation Truth Podcast. That's the name of it. Generation Truth Podcast that Rebecca and I are doing. And that starts off at the beginning of the year. It's actually, you can look it up. I just tried it. Nathan, our media guy, has been working on this like crazy. The trailer is on Apple and Spotify and all those. You can see it on there already. So if you want to go check out the trailer for Generation Truth Podcast, it's 10 minutes or less, Monday and Friday of every week. Super excited about that. And then Steven and Chris will actually be taking over TME and giving it a refresh to do every other week, every other Thursday instead of every Thursday so that you can beef it up a lot more.
Yes. The goal with this is to both ideas to be encouraging, but Generation Truth is going to focus a lot more on um, ideas of specific truths or topics or structures. And you can watch the trailer to understand a little bit more of that.
Yeah.
TMA is going to focus more on seeing how we as Christians can still have fun, but in a God honoring way.
Yeah.
And it'll be a little bit more of, hey, have fun, just come and watch us be goofy and have a
Yes.
great time doing it, honoring the Lord by the way that we interact with each other.
Yeah, you might get some great game ideas for youth groups or whatever.
That is an excellent
Um,
way. Yes.
but yes, and Steven's right. The Generation Truth podcast is more of a spiritual. Actually, it's completely a spiritual, topic based. What do we do with this truth, with this topic? Why should we believe the Bible? What about our gender? All those different things. We're going to talk about those subjects. And so you can go on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, link or there's several others out there. Tune in. That's what I was thinking as well. Those are all, and so many more platforms will have Generation Truth podcast on there with Carrie and Rebecca, and you can see all that. And then the last announcement is this: next week, sadly, Stephen, we will not be having TME
Why not?
because it's Christmas. You know.
So you don't get paid for it. Actually,
Oh
you
my
do get
goodness.
paid
Okay.
for it. Yes, it is Christmas. We have families.
We have
We
families.
will
Thank
not be here. Hopefully, you will be with your family.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So we will take next week off from TME, and then we will start back up actually the beginning of the new year. That's
Mhm.
pretty awesome. New Year's Day on the 1st, it will be starting up for 2026. So this is our ending TME. It's kind of sad for this year, but they're gonna continue it on, and I know Stephen and Chris will do a tremendous job. So we're just gonna talk about a true topic for today. We got Christmas coming around the corner, and kind of just wanted to talk about the the miraculous virgin birth of Jesus Christ. Okay, we're not going to go super in depth with this, but if you were to look at, I'm just going to kind of give. Okay, well, you got to ask yourself the question: is the virgin birth actually was it actually a miracle? Okay. Did it actually happen? Um, and how does it apply to me today, especially as a Christian?
Mhm.
And so we're just going to kind of cover a few of those questions really, really quickly. First, I just want to kind of give did it actually happen? Okay. And was it a miracle that it took place? The biblical basis, the New Testament presents the virgin birth. And what are we talking about the virgin birth? Okay. The fact that Jesus was born and he did not, or was conceived in woman, and a woman named Mary, without a man and a woman coming together and having intimacy to produce that child. And so um, Jesus, the Bible talks about, was conceived of the Holy Ghost. Okay, the New Testament, it talks about it in Matthew 1:18 through 25. Mary is found to be with child of the Holy Ghost.
Mhm.
That is a miracle. This is just mind boggling.
The goal there is realizing the virgin birth has to be something supernatural, something that God Himself, who created the laws of physics, He can defy them
Yeah.
because of who He is. Um, that's what it is. A virgin birth cannot happen in any way outside of God's direct intervention. And
That is,
so,
yeah, absolutely.
by its own definition, it has to be something supernatural,
Yeah.
a miracle.
Yeah, definitely. And it takes faith to believe that.
Yeah.
Just like it takes faith to believe that Jesus is going to save you. Jesus died on the cross, he was buried, he rose from the dead. But like I talked with the juniors at our church on Sunday, it's one thing to know that, but it's another thing to experience that and put your faith in it and accept that. Um, you know, Luke 134 and 35, Mary asks, how can this happen since she's a virgin? And the angel explains basically that the Holy Spirit will overshadow her, which is a fulfillment of the promise that was foretold in Isaiah 7:14, that a virgin will conceive and bear a son.
Hmm.
This is just amazing because we even I talked about this with the kids, and Chris brought this up the other week. That promise was made like about 700 and some years before that. And then it's fulfilled, and it's just like you said, Stephen, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It defies all the laws of nature because it could only be done by God, and God is the only one that could do that. And that therefore makes it a miracle, and it takes faith to believe that. Okay, well, you say, "Care, that's great and everything." How does that apply to us? How does that apply to us, Stephen?
Number one, God Himself made a promise. We call them prophecies, lots of different areas where He said, hey, this is going to happen. If God's prophecies, if a single one of them is proven to be not true, well, then that makes God a liar. Paul describes it focusing more on the resurrection, but says, hey, if Jesus Christ, if people can prove that He actually didn't rise from the dead, our whole faith falls apart.
Yeah.
This is just one of those practical places. Hey, if the truth is not Jesus was actually not born of a virgin birth, that breaks down the whole section of Christianity in
Yeah.
what our belief system. Because if Jesus was born of a virgin, meaning that there was the mother, but then God Himself was the other part, then that would show that Jesus could be the God man, where He was 100% God and man. But if it wasn't, if there was actually a father was involved, well, then those are two humans, and Jesus cannot be God if both sides of Him are human.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
so that would be one practical way is, if this is not true, this is an area where God is found to be a liar. And we
Yeah.
know that that is a key part of God's character is that He is truth embodied in
He
Himself.
cannot lie, as the Bible says. Yeah.
I'd say the other thing is to point out the virgin birth shows that God is powerful. Obviously, even Mary herself asked, God, how can this be possible?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's, well, with God, all things are possible because He's the one who's written the laws of nature and He's the one that He can decide to defy them when He wants to. But this points out that God is omniscient. 700 years ago, He already knew what He was planning to do with Jesus. I forget what is the number, but there are hundreds of prophecies concerning Christ and His life. Just four of them. Number one, we already talked about Isaiah 7:14 that there would be a virgin would conceive and bear forth a son. Micah 5:2, Jesus would be born in Bethlehem. He could not control that. That's something that God foreknew and directed.
Hmm.
Jeremiah 31:15 predicted Herod's slaughter after hearing about a potential Messiah and worrying that a king would come. Hosea 11, God says, "Out of Egypt have I called my son." And Matthew says that this is foreshadows when Jesus and his parents fled to Egypt and then they came back out of Egypt once they heard Herod was dead. God knew all of these things in advance. And to think if God could know 700, 1,000 eternity years ago of what would happen, well, then that helps us be able to rest a little more in who He says we are and what's going to happen in our eternity.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah.
think that's a good comfort to consider that God is true, God is all knowing, and God is all powerful.
So you can trust him.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. If actually it's kind of we're talking about this in the beginning of one of the first episodes with Generation Truth podcast is like, can I believe the Bible? And just talking about the author. Because he is omniscient, that has a lot to do with being able to trust the Bible. And so knowing that helps you understand that even though you may not fully understand the virgin birth. Like I don't fully understand that. But we can have faith in that.
Yeah. And the more that we learn to trust in God, the more restful this Christmas is. You know, I find for
Mm.
myself, there are moments and time frames in my life where I try to take more control of things. And rather than trusting in the Lord with all my heart, I become more of a schemer and a planner and focusing on all that I'm going to do myself. And I get so caught up and stressed out about it. But when we take our hands off and say, God, I see who you are and I trust you, that makes our Christmas season so much more restful. Um, and just to think in our own lives, how often do we fret and stress out even in this Christmas season of getting all these things ready and worrying about these family plans and are is this person going to get along with this person and just say, hey, God knows how this season's going to go.
Yeah.
God has the power to bring people back together into fellowship with one another. I can rest in him and just decide I'm going to live lighter and just choose to love because I know of who God is.
Yeah.
And I think
Absolutely.
the virgin birth is a reminder God knows and God can do the impossible. And that's the same thing that he can do in your life this Christmas season.
Oh, that's so wonderful. You can trust the character of God. It is
Yes.
so wonderful. That is the truth segment for today, and really the last one for the year. Oh my goodness, cannot
That's
believe
wild
that.
to think about.
That is wild to think about. So, the last, I guess, little game that we're gonna do for the year. This is an interesting one. Uh, this is one I actually brought up to Steven to see what he would do with this and if this would work. So,
Yes, we definitely had a couple of science experiments beforehand. These are water goblets, just to clarify,
yes, yes.
but they have a very particular shape that is important for the game that we are about to do.
Kind of
So I
foggy.
realize this is, yeah, these are like ones that got left outside or something like
Oh
that.
man.
I'm going to carefully move this mic, Nathan, because it is
Oh
definitely in
yes.
the way of
Yeah.
my playing abilities.
Yes.
There we go. All right. So this game, I realize this is a little bit bigger than I expected. So grab a handful.
I'm grabbing.
But the goal of this game is to see who can get 5 ping pong balls into
Oh,
their
five.
cup first.
Five. Got it. Okay.
That's
Wow.
fine.
That just went
Don't
everywhere.
worry about this.
Yeah.
I am so glad the camera does not see down there at the moment. But the goal is to get the ball into the cup as fast as possible, first to get 5. However, you're not allowed to touch the ball to get it into here. What you have to do, as Carrie is demonstrating, is to spin the cup and so that it falls into the other clear cup.
That is so cool.
So it's a lot of what is it word?
It's like
Centrifugal force.
I was about to say
Th-
friction, but there's no friction there.
Next week on Jeopardy,
Oh
guess
my
that
goodness.
word. But all right, I'm ready
Uh,
if you are to see how well this goes.
my wife is watching. This is very,
Oh, that's okay. Oh, good.
nerve
You'll have
wracking.
pressure.
Yes.
Excellent. I need that.
Wait, you can have the ball. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Are you ready?
So I am ready. Are you
Okay,
ready? Wait,
yeah.
not touching or
Hang on.
touching?
I'm gonna move because
You're gonna move. Okay.
my wrist is gonna hit that mic
Okay. Make
so
sure your
many times.
mic is there. We go. It's moving in a little bit. Okay, this is really good. You should take a guess, write something on the chat as to whether or not you think Steven or myself will win. Here we go.
Alright, on your
On your
mark,
mics.
get set, go.
Oh man. Wait, did you? Ah, no. How did I? Ah!
I wonder if it like. Oh,
Oh no, no. Oh
got-
no. Are you serious? Oh my
what I'm
goodness.
curious though is if one of the cups is better than the other one because I feel like this one is slightly
No,
larger.
I just messed up on the other one.
Okay,
But thank you for being
wanna
kind.
try again.
Yes, I'm gonna try again. All right, so
Redemption.
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
I also have something I'm curious about after this, so here we go.
Okay, hang on. Okay, on your marks, get set, go.
What in the world? I thought you were terrible at this earlier.
What is practice?
What?
Oh no!
Wait, I might have a chance.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Good job. You're distracting me by making me talk.
Okay, good,
Dare
good.
you.
Wait. Yes, that works. Here you go.
Why are you giving me that one?
I don't know.
Thank you. I guess.
So wait, is this the cup that's better?
Do we swap cups?
We did. Let's try again.
Okay.
Swap cups
Okay.
again.
You're right. So
If
science,
this-
everybody.
Science.
Great. All right.
Oh.
Are we ready?
I am ready for this.
Get set, go.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I am doing bad.
Oh, yes, you are. Ah, this is so cool.
I'm stealing.
No, I can't move my arm. No, 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 no.
I feel like I messed you up. Maybe.
Any,
Do you have one more?
I, I have, well, all mine are gone. So, um,
In case you wonder, we have a lot of ping pong balls floating around.
yes. Okay. All right.
Okay. I
Does
feel
that
like
have Alabama on it? Let's
yes.
go.
That needs to be
What? No, that's my team. How dare you?
really.
How,
Who's the
how's
quarterback right now? I don't even know.
That's a good question. I don't even. I'm, I am not a. Okay, I like
I
watching
think
it,
that's what
but
they call a bandwagon.
I know. Yes, I'm not really not trying to be, but
It's
I
okay.
just don't have time to keep up with it.
I used to keep up with college football, and then you had to pay for it, and I was like, no.
I found a way not to pay for it anyway.
Share it later.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Last round.
All
Ready,
right.
set, go. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
no.
There's one. There's two.
Oh,
Three. Oh no! Why does it keep doing that? No. Can I put it back in?
yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right.
Oh no.
I need one more. No.
I need one more too.
Yes. There we go.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Oh, don't fall down, please.
I'm just gonna sit here. Very
Okay.
carefully.
We have like 1 to 2 minutes left. I'm very curious. Can we do several of these at the same time?
Oh.
Like two?
Don't know. Worth
Actually,
a shot.
all right. So if we
Science,
make
everybody.
this,
Here we go.
here we go. No.
You
Ah.
gotta like.
Oh no! Oh! Oh! That is so close. Oh my goodness, this is not working. Anyway, so we hope you have a fantastic rest of your year. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have a prayer request or praise, go ahead and write on the chat. We will go back and look at them, and we will pray for any prayer requests that you have after this is over. And also, I want you to have a Merry Christmas and enjoy the new year. And if you have not signed up for the Teen All Nighter, go ahead and sign up. Remember, next week there is no TME, but we will see you. Actually, Chris and Steven will see you for the very first TME refresh at the beginning of the year.
Yes. We
Pretty
will.
awesome. Okay. So go ahead and check out Generation Truth Podcast and wait for the TME refresh on January 1st. Merry Christmas. God bless.